People who work on comedy TV shows are talented,
creative, and successful.
unlike some people. Welcome to That's Debatable. Today's debate is on the funniest TV show of all time. The parameters are, it's gotta be funny. It's gotta be a TV show.
You're really good at these.
It has to exist.
Oh, there you go.
So, let's decide who starts. Brandon!
Okay. Yes. The funniest TV show of all time is Community. Community on NBC. Canceled after 5 seasons because the ratings were but the show was so funny. The fan base for the show was so intense that after it got canceled, it got renewed on Yahoo because that's how bad people wanted it back. The show was absolutely ridiculously hilarious. Like, you have episodes where they take the whole time to do giant paintball games. They have giant, like, the floor's lava games. They took 3 seasons to do a Beetlejuice joke. Every season, someone say Beetlejuice. 3rd season, Beetlejuice pops up.
The funniest TV show of all time. I have the easiest debate here. It's Arrested Development. I mean, look at the audience. Look at the reviews. If he's mentioning audiences being so excited to bring it back, audiences were outraged for years and years and years until Netflix, one of the best makers of original TV shows out there, decided to pick it up, and now they're making another season on top of the one they already did.
They're making another one?
They are.
Yeah, they are.
It's funny. The characters are amazing. It's the most well-written show in history. It's clever, and it's never predictable.
Okay. I got the last pick on this one, so I went with South Park. Yeah, okay. Is it the best comedy show?
No.
Maybe not.
Oh, good. We just.
I'm bashing myself here on this one. I did not intentionally want this one. I just had to go with it because I didn't get a pick on those two. Okay, South Park. It's so funny. How can you not want to watch South Park? I mean, but the only reason that it is funny is because of the dirtiness and the fact that the creators aren't afraid to break the boundaries of what TV is. I mean, if you've ever noticed, one of the episodes, one of the characters' dad, Stan, literally in the first 5 minutes says the word about black people. And throughout the whole episode, it's said multiple times, and they weren't afraid to do that. They actually went with it. So that's why I think that South Park is such a great show.
Although South Park might rely, as he said, entirely on being dirty and pushing the boundaries, Arrested Development is able to exist with just this really tight cast of characters, and literally, they plant the seeds for jokes that are pretty innocent and really, really clever. It's funny when you first hear it, and then you're like, I guess that was pretty funny. And then 2 whole seasons later, then you hear the actual punchline, and you can't stop laughing because the writers put so much thought into this that it is so tightly written, it's impeccable.
Well, Community takes kind of similar approach. They either go small little jokes that make you laugh forever, or completely ridiculous, overblown fiascos that are absolutely hilarious. The time when they turned the entire school into a pillow fort and had giant wars with the forts, hilarious. And the episode where they did the 6 different scenarios, what would happen if you rolled a dice and caught it. South Park's not afraid to just throw things out there. They're completely ridiculous. They don't do any setup. And that's what I think is so great about the show. It's so random.
Arrested Development has its very fair share of absolutely absurd situations, as Brandon's trying to list off the most ridiculous episodes. In the 4th season, which is widely regarded, even though I loved it, as the worst one, plenty of people didn't like it, Tobias, one of the funniest TV characters of all time, gets a job dressing up as a cheap ripoff of The Thing from the Fantastic Four and is repeatedly approached and sued for not being able to do that. And then he thinks he's going to a method acting clinic, when in fact he's going to a meth recovery clinic, and he never figures it out. Didn't think about it for 1 second. I mean, in that same season, Job and Tony Wonder, two really, really unlikable characters who have never experienced friendship, start to realize that they're friends with each other, and since they've never experienced friendship, they both think that they're gay.
That's what I like so much about Arrested Development. They have that character that is so gullible and ridiculous and doesn't think at all.
I'm talking about Arrested Development.
No,
I know.
I'm giving him a And the same thing with South Park. South Park has that character, Butters. If you ever watched South Park, I don't think you do. You're totally not a fan of that show. I know.
It so much.
Butters is such a funny character. They do episodes just purely on him because he's so ridiculous. In one of the episodes, he killed a bunch of people in tap dancing. He used to tap dance, and one of his shoes flung off and killed tons of people in his show. On fire and everything.
Multiple people. Let's each talk about the characters. The most important part of a successful comedy is the characters, and the Bluth family goes down in history as being some of the most undeniably creative characters, because when you look at a usual sitcom, there's usually cardboard cutouts and caricatures and these people filling the same roles over and over again, like Friends, Cheers, all those really popular sitcoms are just kind of the same cutouts. Job is an idiot magician. Tobias is a maybe gay doctor actor whose wife doesn't want to, he's never nude, he's always wearing cut off jeans under all his clothes.
Some people actually have that, okay?
There are literally dozens of them.
You have Abed and Troy, who at the beginning were completely different. Abed, doesn't know how to talk to people at all. And Troy is the biggest jock in the world. But they come together and make the funniest duo. They do the most funny things in the show. Where in the after credit sequences, there's Pierce, who is the son of a billionaire and runs Hawthorne Wipes, a wipe company. And he's so insensitive to anything everyone does. It's so great. Shirley, she's another character. Yeah. Pierce is just so ridiculous because he tries to do all these things to be funny and no one likes him. And it's great.
So the characters of South Park, the main ones, are of course Cartman.
Cartman.
If you're a man, okay, ages 14 through
14-year-old man.
21, you're probably a fan of South Park. Unlike these two. These two are
2/3 of these people disagree.
So you know the characters, but just a quick run. Cartman, who just bashes everyone. He's not afraid to make fun of everything. Kyle, who is Jewish, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Stan, who is just the one who's always criticizing everybody. And then, of course, you have Kenny, who dies in every episode in the most ridiculous way, and you can never even understand. Actually, if you really listen, you can understand what he's saying. And he says some pretty ridiculous things. So, there you go.
Community is hilarious because they plant jokes in advance, they go all out with ridiculous scenarios. It's great, the interaction between the characters is perfect, and after it got canceled, the fans were so crazy about it, it got renewed on Yahoo.
Yeah, I got reunited.
Yeah, Yahoo, but still, they got it picked up.
Alright, I could make all of the same points that Brandon just made. It has really in-jokes, it plants seeds for jokes, and it was brought back by fans. However, what I'm going to talk about is kind of the quotability and the recall jokes, because A, it's really quotable. I quote it almost every single day. There are a lot of moments that are just ingrained in pop culture forever from that show. But there are certain things that you literally cannot say to me without me laughing. And on the show, you would forget about it for a season, and then they would just randomly say this thing, and without even knowing it, they programmed your brain to laugh. If someone says, "For British eyes only," I will laugh. If someone starts playing the song Sound of Silence, I will laugh. I mean, there's so many different things that are just so funny about the show.
South Park. Okay, the creators of South Park are trying to teach us a lesson. An important lesson. What? We can't be so defensive, okay? Everyone is so defensive nowadays about what other people say. We just have to be open to it. We have to understand that it's a joke. They're joking. They're not being serious. They don't actually hate that thing that I was talking about, the people that I was talking about earlier, black people. They don't hate that. They're just using it because it's funny. They're making us laugh.
We had a tie between me and Massimo, so either Arrested Development or South Park. Brandon, Brandon was shown a clip from both South Park and Arrested Development. We do not know his decision on the winner yet. The clips that we showed him, I'll put the links below if you want to watch them. Brandon, which show is the funniest TV show of all time?
Can I say Community?
No.
Arrested Development.
Woo! 2 in a row!
You definitely laughed way harder during South Park.
I know. But
Arrested Development's the funniest show of all time.
Definitely laughed.
Obvious,
harder
like,
during South
no
Park.
offense, neither of you had any chance. If there was like a public vote, Arrested Development's the funniest show of all time.
No way. I don't think that many people watch.
Everyone
Arrested
loves Arrested Development.
I think
I
that's
don't.
wrong.
Die. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I'm gonna go die.